This is a Hot Pie Original.
Here we go. If you've been to an airport recently, you know the crowds are back. And flying is now a nightmare again. This is a weird setup to the topic, but I'm going to ask you this right off the bat. And by the way, don't. I know everyone's going to be offended. Everyone is going to have their feelings hurt. This is not a subject we take very well. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm not calling you names. I'm not the one that did this. This is a sensitive subject. We're not going to take it well. I can't think of many things, to be honest with you, and I think you're going to agree. I can't think of many things that have a greater potential for going horribly wrong than this. Like, you couldn't wake up and say, you know what I'd like to do? We're not having enough mask fights. I think I'm going to start another fight at the airport. Then you would do this. Because this is a punch to the face, day one, minute one, no debating it. Now, that is a weird setup, and because it's sad. I mean, it's sad that it's come to this, but I want you to quickly think of the two worst jobs that you could imagine. What comes to mind right away? This is easy for me, but what comes to mind right away? The two worst jobs that you can think of. I'll go first. Number one is driving a school bus. Nothing is worse. I love my kids. I hate driving my kids. If it's over 30 minutes, someone's going to throw up. I really don't want to drive your kids. I can't think of anything worse. During COVID, we're trapped together so long. That's it, kids. We're going on a road trip. It's a perfect example of driving kids. And if you have kids, you can appreciate this. We're going to the San Antonio Zoo. That's about all we have. Legoland and then the San Antonio Zoo. So dad is all in. And I've never seen a cleaner place than Legoland. So, of course, there you go. Make the trip to San Antonio, to the San Antonio Zoo, drive around, finally get to the San Antonio Zoo. Everyone is happy and excited to get out for a change. But of course, it's close to 2 hours in the car. But that moment as a parent, you know it well. You know when your kid is not well, when your kid's getting a fight, the serious fights, the not so serious fights, the not so serious injuries, and the serious injuries. And when they're really going to throw up. You know it. Driving around the parking lot, looking for that closed parking space at the San Antonio Zoo, which is not very crowded, of course, at this time. Look in the mirror. Uh-oh. Yep, here comes, the look. It's time to throw up. 1 hour and 59 minutes, just as I'm pulling in the parking spot, there it is, projectile vomit. So driving kids, I'm sorry to say that. I love them, but it happens at 2 hours every time. Driving a school bus is the worst job I can think of. The second worst job that I can think of, and I'd rather be on one of those fishing boats in the North Sea, but my number two worst job is working at the gate of an airline, working at the gate of fill-in-the-blank airline at the airport. That has to suck. And it's about to suck a lot more, okay? It has taken a horrible turn. Working retail and folding shirts is better than working at the gate of an airport. Guiding the planes in, those little jackets, the dudes that are there. I had a friend that did that during college. I think he was wasted most of the time too, which can make you feel much better about life. But those flashlights, guiding the plane to the gate is a better job than working at the gate. Being a TSA screener, which I think is probably high on a lot of lists, is a better job than actually working at the gate at the airport. Hey, I'm here with John McClellan. I'm the creator and founder of ATX Hot Sauce. And when I say that you started this, maybe not screwing around in your kitchen, but maybe not that far removed from screwing around in your kitchen. So talk about the creation, the process, the dream that came out of the pandemic.
It's from Austin. from Texas. There's not a lot of hot sauces out there that are actually from here. There's a few great ones too, but Frank's and Tabasco and some of these other ones, I want something that's Texan like me. It's different. And I think that's what Texas is a little bit about. That's what Austin's about. So that flavor first without the vinegar, and then going into the heat after that, but not a blow your head off heat. If you notice, a lot of the hot sauces out there that you see are like Da Bomb or Death's Door, right?
Yeah.
And they're just supposed to blow your head off when you do it, when you taste it. Well, that's not the kind of hot sauce that I'm making. I'm making a hot sauce for the everyday person, for the condiment for every single day. And that's why the flavor first, heat second is so important, that you get those flavors, the nuances, whatever food that you're making.
All right, order a box now. It's atxhotsauce.com, atxhotsauce.com. So the job just got a lot worse. Weighing people. I said don't shoot the messenger. And I'm sorry if we're all going to have our feelings hurt, but we kind of deserve it. Weighing people at the gate. You know what we don't tolerate very well at all? You know what we don't tolerate? We don't tolerate being told that we're fat. But we're now about to be told we're fat, and we're now about to be told we're fat at the gate at the airport. That's going to end really well, isn't it? It doesn't matter. I mean, think about this. Okay, so you're saying to yourself, wait a minute, we're just now getting back to traveling. Why this? Why now? It's a very good question. Why this? Why now? Apparently, the science says this and now. The science says we're getting fatter, and the airlines say, in the name of safety, we need to balance the planes better. You know what I know? I know I don't care if the captain says, we're going to tip sideways if you guys don't scoot over. There's no one at any moment, in travel or otherwise, that is going to be able to get away with telling us we're too fat and we need to go sit on that side. That is not going to go well. So here we go. It doesn't matter. I know that you're going to say it doesn't matter, Jeff. What if we're fat together? What if two of us are fat? Imagine the scenario. And I'm sorry to tell you, it's apparently very real, and it's coming at us, and it's coming at us pretty fast. Imagine the scenario when somebody says, we're sitting together and the two of us are fat. One of you needs to go to the other side. Otherwise, we're going to be like kind of wings up. If you don't get to the other side, you got to split up. Why do we have to split up? You're both too fat. Skinny guy, you got to go over here. Fat lady, you got to go over here. And we're going to move people around. We got to balance this, which unfortunately does make scientific sense. So here is the story. And I told you, working at the gate was the worst job there is before this. You thought we were punching each other over masks? Yeah, good luck with this one. Daily Mail reports, airlines may start weighing passengers at the gate. Yeah. It's from hell as it is, right? Passengers could be weighed before they get on jets because Americans are getting fatter and the FAA is concerned aircraft may be overloaded. Airline carriers are tasked with calculating the weight and balance of their aircraft to ensure it's within allowable limits for the safety of the plane. Increasing obesity rates in the United States, however, dictate that standard numbers used by the airline industry to average out passenger weight is likely outdated and therefore unsafe. Oh boy. Can we pack less? How about, I tell you what, don't weigh me here. I'd like to go ahead and I'll take some stuff out of my bag. How's that? I'll knock 20 pounds off my bag. Don't weigh me here, please. Don't ask me. Do you think, look, and there's one report out now that this would be done confidentially. We're not going to tell the truth. Okay? So we're going to end up in this place. It's further reported. Weighing select passengers at airports would establish a more accurate number for average passenger weight, so the number of seats available on flights can be adjusted accordingly. I told you it's the worst job. I told you. So Do you have an idea how to pull this off properly? Because I don't, and I don't know if anybody does. I guess you could have it off to the side. First of all, it takes forever to get on that plane anyway, right? You got the knucklehead dropping bags. You got the knucklehead that has 5 bags when they say 2. You know how it is. It's chaos. Imagine, I'm sorry, could you step over here? Okay, we're going to have to switch your seats because on some airlines, really, really popular ones, they don't have assigned seating. So guess what happens? We go and grab a seat. We hurry up to get on the plane so we can get a decent seat so we can sit together. Well, guess what happens when the two of us are too fat to sit together? Who gets to step in and say, I need you over there? Who gets the first punch? Told you, it's the worst job pre-pandemic. It's the worst job during the pandemic. And it's going to be the worst job you could ever imagine once the scale is introduced.
From the Hot Pie Media Studios, JeffWardShow.com.